Ryan here with the one and only BD Freeman.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing this. We really appreciate it. This is cool. You're such a funny dude. Like I'm gonna try to keep up if I can. Let's talk about the show a little bit. What have you got going on currently with that?
Well, of course, I'm on one of the personalities and hosts of The Greatest Show on VH1, and it's just it's the greatest gig I've ever had, in my life. For me, the end game is my own late night show. That's where we want to end up.
Nice.
And we're doing I can't talk too much about it, but we're doing a pretty good job right now. There's some things coming up here in the future that are really good. Like I can't talk too much about it. I wish I could, but as soon as I can, I will come back here.
Come back
to this show.
We get the first scoop,
and I will give you the 15th scoop.
All right, 15th. That 15th.
You will be number 15.
Also, how'd you get? Where did this persistence come from? Because you've been working at this for a while now, and from what I've read, it's basically just come from you keeping at it and working hard. And
that's it.
It's like, where did that come from within you because most people, if it doesn't happen right away, they're just like, then you just throw in the towel.
Right.
How did you manage to stick with it?
I never wanted to do anything else. I never had a fire in my belly for anything else. When other kids were like playing, cowboys and Indians, or spacemen and aliens, or whatever they were playing, I was in my basement playing Tonight Show.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I was playing Jay Leno and Johnny Carson and having people come on and interviewing them and doing all this stuff, or creating a game show.
Do you have a setup down there?
Sure, I'd make a whole set with chairs and everything. I'd make a game show where I'd have kids in the neighborhood would come down and play, and I'd give like my toys away. You win an old stuffed bear, whatever I had, I just give it away. And I never wanted to do anything else. Even before I knew what it was called, I knew I wanted to do that. I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I was in Hollywood going to this a party with a friend of mine, and we walked in, and they had TV camera, the TV, big screens all over the place and everything. And we were sitting there, relaxing and everything. And everybody's laughing, and I'm like, and then somebody patted me on the back, and I was like, yeah, and I looked up, and it's me. And they're watching me, and people are just laughing, and it felt so great, because when I saw what they were watching, I was able to think back to, I didn't write that part. I had wrote it, and then I had thrown it out the last minute, because I was able to tune in to the funny, that was going on in my head, And I took some different segments and made them into something completely different, and it just just killed the audience, man. So that kind of thing just feels really good.
Yeah, that must be a really cool feeling. You see it come full circle from writing the joke, and then the process of maybe tweaking it here and there on the fly, adjustments, that sort of thing, and then to watch that end product just kill. That must be really awesome.
It's really amazing. It really is, because when you do a TV show, you don't. It almost feels like a play. It feels like the people who are there sharing it with you, an audience and the crew and everybody, like that's it.
Right.
That's the whole thing. And when you leave there, only the people who are there are the people who witnessed it. And it sort of feels like that. Right. So when you go out on the street and people are like, oh, hey, it's so strange, because you almost feel like, how do you know? Like, how did you were you there? It still feels like that to me. And this is I'm going to my 4th season now, but it still feels like this small thing that only the people, it's like a little play that I'm doing every week. And actually, millions of people are watching it. So to know that those people are getting great laughs from stuff that I did, and from something that I care so very much about, because I take my comedy so seriously. And when people see that, when they do an interview with me like you're doing now, I take it really seriously. And I'm a student of comedy, and I'm a student of being an entertainer. And it just means the world to me. So when I see people really enjoying that, it's like, yes. If your friends around you are telling you lies, they're telling you stuff that, they're just filling your head full of nonsense and just being nice to you, you need to get rid of those people. You know what I mean? Find some people that help you find what it is that you're good at. Because you might be 48 years old, but at 50 years old, you're going to be a millionaire. You don't know that. But you could be. If you could, because all of a sudden you had an idea, because you were an idea man. You weren't president, you were an idea man or an idea woman.
Right.
And you came up with something, and all of a sudden 2 years later, you're wealthy.
All right, so we really appreciate you coming down and talking to us. This is a lot of fun, and I learned a lot. Anything else you want to say to the folks out there before we?
Oh yeah, man! I just want to thank all my fans and friends and people who support me and support the greatest show on VH1, and we just, on behalf of the whole cast, we just love you guys, and we appreciate you. Really, thank you guys. You guys mean a lot to us. You mean a lot to me. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Well put. All right. Well, thanks again. It was really nice talking
to you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we'll
Great
get you.
Time.
We'll have to catch up again next time you come through town.
Right on, man. I'd love to be there, man.
Cool.
Let's do it.